Hello everyone, my name is George Felipe and the topic that I will be presenting to you today is personality profile in sport and exercise. I would like to first start off by asking a question. That question being, what is personality? Well, according to the American Psychological Association, personality refers to an individual's differences in characteristics, patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. I believe that everyone has a different personality. Um, Everyone's unique in their own way. No one has or shares the same, I would say, maybe characteristics and traits. So that's why I believe everyone has a uniqueness to them. There are many personality theories, but today I will be covering three of them. These three main personality theories that I will be discussing are Martin's schematic view, the psychodynamic theory, and also trait theory. The first theory that I will be covering and explaining to you guys is Martin's schematic view. In this theory, there are three different components that coincide to make up Martin's schematic view. The first is the psychological core. Sometimes referred to as the real you, this layer takes into account the individual's core values and what they believe in. This part of Martin's schematic view would have to be the most stable of the three. The next is the typical response. This layer is closely associated with that of psychological core layer. This layer focuses on how the individual reacts to an environment in which they are in. The last is role-related behavior. This layer focuses on how an individual personality behavior changes based on the role they take / given at a certain point in time. For example, on role-related behavior, let's say you're promoted to be a captain on a football team. The captain of the football team is there to inspire their team into victory, be able to give them pep talks if they're down by a couple of points, and he wants them to really win, so he's going to pep them up and give them that inspiring talk so that they can go on to victory. The captain will also serve as the leader of the team, which everyone is going to be looking up to. Therefore, the role of a captain is way different than that of a role of a, let's say, JV player. The next theory I will be covering is that of the psychodynamic theory. This theory was popularized by Sigmund Freud. The main focus of this theory deals with how the conscious and unconscious of an individual play a role in an individual's personality. There are three aspects that play a role in the conscious versus unconscious. They are the id or ID, which is primitive and instinctive part of personality. The id responds directly to instincts, is impulsive, and forms part of the unconscious. The next one is the ego, which mediates between the unrealistic id or ID and the everyday life decisions of an external world. The ego is more of the reasoning side, whereas the id is more unreasonable. The last is superego. This incorporates values and morals that society has embedded in an individual. These values and morals can be taught by parents, friends, and other people. The superego tends to develop around the age of 3 to 5 in an individual. On this slide, I have posted an illustration of Sigmund Freud's iceberg example. I really like this illustration because this iceberg on the illustration is divided into three different parts, which is the ego, superego, and the id. It gives a brief explanation of each individual thing for ego, superego, and id, and it also demonstrates which parts play a role in the conscious and the unconscious. For example, ego is based on reality principles, it's current thoughts and perceptions, stored knowledge slash memories, and it is also repressed material. For the superego, it operates based on the perfection principle, and it is said to be more of the unconscious, while the ego is more of the conscious part. It operates based on the pleasure principle, which is also in the unconscious. The next theory I will be talking to you is about trait theory. I have a quick question. What is trait? There are many ways in which one can define a trait, but according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a trait is a distinguishing quality of an individual. There are two trait theories that I would like to focus on, and they are Einzig's personality theory and personality type theory. Isaac's personality theory. Hans Isaac was a German-born theorist who believed that an individual's personality was made up of many traits. Isaac based this theory on personality into three subcategories, which are extroversion versus introversion, neuroticism versus stability, and psychoticism versus superego. On this slide, we will be covering Isaac's three subcategories of his personality theory. First of them is extroversion versus introversion. Extrovert individuals are very outgoing and are known to be very vocal and loud. On the other hand, introverts are in most cases very calm, quiet, and stay to themselves. On the next is neuroticism versus stability. Neuroticism refers to the stability of emotions that an individual has. This can cause the individual to become very emotional or upset at any given time. Stability refers to an individual who are very stable emotionally. These individuals can remain very calm and collective during times of stress. The next is psychoticism versus superego. Psychoticism refers to an individual who are very cruel, very reserved slash lonely, and troublesome. Superego, on the other hand, refers to an individuals who are the opposite of psychoticism individuals. These individuals are cooperative and compassionate. For extroversion and introversion, I believe that it goes more than just sports and exercise, and it's involved in everyday life. Many people are extroverts, like I said, outgoing, very vocal, and are not afraid to go out and talk to different people and meet new people. While on the other hand, introverts are very skeptical into going in to talk to someone, or get very nervous. Their hands start to sweat. They start to stutter, which are signs of introverts, in my opinion. The last theory that I will be talking to you about is personality type theory. This theory places an individual in one of two groups, categorized as type A or type B. Type A individuals are believed to be more energetic, goal-oriented, has a competitive urge, lacks in patience, is very ambitious, and can sometimes be very individualistic. For type B individuals, they are believed to be more relaxed, calm, creative, patient, and more of a team player. On this slide, I have put two images of and what I believe to be two of the greatest soccer players of all time. I believe that these two are the perfect example for this theory. type A versus type B. Type A would be on the left side, Cristiano Ronaldo, who plays for Real Madrid. This player is often very energetic in the field, but can also be very competitive. He at many times, I would say, demands a lot from his teammates, which can sometimes be very, let's say, um, not good for the team, I would say. He can be very competitive, and that can sometimes get him out of his mental focus. On the other side, type B is Lionel Messi. He also plays soccer and plays for Barcelona, which is the rival team of Cristiano's team. Messi, on the other hand, is very calm, very collective while on the pitch. He demands a lot from his players, but doesn't scream or yell at them like Ronaldo does. Ronaldo can sometimes act very childish on the field and have a poor, let's say, losing attitude. Because when they lose, he does not go shake the other opponent's hands, um, doesn't give interviews after the losses, and you can see it it on his expression while the final whistle is blown. He has this expression of just madness and not knowing what to do with himself. While on the other hand, Lionel Messi is more of that humble person, more of that player that even though they have lost, he will go shake the other opponent's hand and be like, good game or y'all did well, and will not show that expression of like madness towards his teammates, I would say. Something that I forgot to mention about these two is that Ronaldo can at many times seem very egotistical. I guess you could also say very self-centered, that it's all about him. He wants all the lights around him to be shined on him specifically. He wants to be the focal point of the team. Whereas Messi is more of a team player. He doesn't care for all the fame, although both of them have won many awards. Messi is more of a team player that he puts the importance on the team, and the only thing that matters to him is that the team gets involved and does good for all of them. While as Ronaldo, he will get mad if he doesn't get the ball from his teammates whenever he asks for it. He will throw tantrums on the field if they score on his team. And you can just see the reaction that he has on the field whenever he's not, I guess, performing well. While as Messi, even though he may not be performing well, he'll care more about the team, assist more of the team, more of the players that are on his team, and help them out so that his team as a whole can win the game and all the lights not just be focused on himself. Conclusion. The topics discussed in this presentation were: what is personality? Like I mentioned before in the introduction, personality refers to an individual's differences in characteristics, patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. We also discussed three different types of personality theories. These theories mentioned in this presentation were Martin's schematic view, the psychodynamic theory, and trait theory. In conclusion, the personality of an individual plays a big role in sport and exercise. It will determine what kind of player the individual is on and off the field. It is important for the coach/trainer to know the personality of their athletes for peak performance. Everyone is different on and off the field. Someone may be very calm and collective while off the field, but once on the field, is a whole different game. They might become more aggressive, say it's in football, more physical, and that all plays a role in personality of an individual in sports and exercise. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. These are some of the references I used in my presentation. Thank you very much.